my night wolves, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today I bring you a vlog style kind of video. I don't really call these vlogs because they're just me talking about my life most of the time. Sorry. So you could kind of see it in the corner, like right there. You can kind of see a smidge of what I'm going to be talking about. So yesterday, I got a new kitten, and she's right there. She's sleeping on the cat tree. I was editing a video earlier, and she was like, meow, and like kind of like pulled at my leg with her nails. Like, she wasn't like trying to claw me, she was just trying to get my attention. And I picked her up and put her there, and then she fell asleep. So she's been there since I edited a video. But yeah, so yesterday I got her, and it was a roller coaster. We got her home. The weather was kind of bad out, but we managed to get there and back without getting into a car accident, which is amazing. And Rin is her big brother. I have another cat, I have a rabbit, and now I got another cat. And Rin is my first baby. He's the first one I started off with. When I moved here, he came with me, and he's been living with me. I actually helped the mom give birth to him, everything. So me and him have been through like everything together. So he's like number one in my heart, pretty much. But of course I have room for others to love, which I had a guinea pig. His name was Phil. He passed away, which his 1 year is coming up soon, and I'm just, oh, I can't. It's gonna be at the end of this month, and I'm so sad. So I had Phil, who was the baby, and then he passed away. And then we got Hazel. He was my next son. And then I got Honey. She hasn't learned her name yet. Of course, it's only been a day since I started using her name. So she's still I'm trying to learn her name. Every time I talk to her, I always be like, oh, Honey, what you doing? Oh, great job, Honey. I'm doing whatever she's doing. So I always use her name so she gets used to her name. Ren, when he first met her, was not happy about having another cat in this house. He was not happy about it. Like, he didn't he swatted at her once, but he hasn't swatted at her since. He hisses at her a lot. Yesterday, he hissed at her a lot. And then today, they've been playing together. Ren will be like, meh, I'm done, and then walk away. But she is very playful, so she like trots after him like, let's play big brother. And Ren's like, no, I'm going to go lay down and sleep and pretty much be away from you because I can't handle your energy. Because Ren's very chill, relaxed. He has energy, but not as much as she does because she's a kitten. I was hoping to get the same cat where it's like they have like the same energy, chill, relaxed, but she ended up being more bubbly and more like playful, which is totally fine. They'll just have to coexist, and she'll have to learn how to be like playful with him. But when he's done playing, to like, okay, he's done playing, I should leave him alone and go play on my own, which she's starting to learn that. Sometimes she doesn't, and she'll keep trying to play with Rin when he's like done, and Rin will go or like pretty much give her a warning like, hey, I am done playing, so therefore you need to stop. And she gets it, and she'll stop, but then she'll stop for a little bit, and then she'll be like, I'm gonna like bat at his tail. So she's kind of a little stinker, but I love her dearly. She's so cute. I'll be putting pictures in the video so you guys can get a closer look at her. I want to wake her up and show you guys, but I don't want to wake her up at the same time because she's so snuggly and just sleeping. And I've been sleeping all day, Well, not, yeah, pretty much all day. I woke up at like 11 or something like that. I been super tired because I was down, up, down last night. So I normally go to bed at 9. My mentor and she gets here at 7 and then we hang out all day. But today she didn't come because she has some stuff going on in her family. So she can't be here at this time, which I totally understand. Today, she didn't really convey to me that she wasn't gonna come today. So I got up at 6 to let her in. Well, I get up at 6, so I'm awake. So when she gets here at 7, I'm not sitting here like drowsy or whatever. But because of the kitten, I was up, down with the kitten because she's a cat, she's a kitten, she's a baby. She don't understand it's bedtime, you know? But yeah, so she didn't convey to me last night that she wasn't going to be here, so I made sure to be up at my normal time to be up for her. So at 9 o'clock, I normally go to bed, and she slept. We got back to my house, and she was pretty much just like chilling on the back of the couch, sleeping, and she slept all day pretty much. And then when it came to bedtime, oh boy, it was not gonna happen. Yeah, bedtime was not gonna happen. She was wide awake, ready to play, and I'm like, no, honey, it's bedtime. And of course, she slept for so long that she was like, well, I'm not tired. I want to be awake and play and do all this stuff. So she was out here playing around, doing stuff, and I was in getting ready for bed and whatnot. And then I came out here and I'm like, come on, honey, we're going to bed. And I, of course, told Rin, hey, Rin, we're going to bed. And normally he goes straight into bed, which he kind of didn't because he was wanting to keep an eye on the kitten. So he was sitting right here where I'm sitting, which I'm not on the couch, I'm in my chair. And he was sitting on the chair watching Honey and keeping an eye on her. And I'm like, Rin, time for bed. And he didn't want to go to bed. And then I was like, I really want to go to bed. So I had to take a toy and like moving around and whatever. So she'll get interested in it and start like attacking it. And then once she started attacking it, I like grabbed onto her and I'm like, okay, time for bed. And I like walked into my room with her because I didn't want them to be out of my sight because I don't know what Rin was gonna do. He kind of batted at her earlier, so I didn't want to like leave them both out here and like not be able to hear them or see them and stuff like that. So I brought them both into my room, shut the door so they were stuck in the room with me, and then I was sitting on the bed and she was running around, attacking everything. She was attacking Rin, attacking his tail, and Rin was growling at her because she was playing with his tail. Like she wasn't biting it, she was just like batting at it and playing with it like it's a toy because she's riled up because she slept all day and all she wants to do is play. So she's just attacking everything and anything that moves. I have flies in my house, which they're not bad, but I do have some flies in here. And she was trying to attack a fly, hunting the fly and everything. And I was like, good hunter, honey, you're such a good hunter. So I was trying to get her to settle down and go to bed, but she wouldn't. I kept putting her on the bed. She kept jumping down off the bed. And I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. 10 o'clock rolled around. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. If she's down on the floor, then whatever. And I shut the light off. But I felt like something was going on. So I always turned on the light. And I thought about sleeping with the light on. But I can't sleep with the light on. So I was just like up, down, up, down, up, down. And then finally I gave in and I'm like, whatever. And she finally got on the bed. I finally gave up on turning on and off the light. So I turned off the light and I'm like, that's it. I'm going to bed. I don't care. So I shut off the light, lay down, covered up, got all snuggly on bed. Rin got snuggled next to me. She jumped on the bed and got up where we are. which she climbed up on the bed, so she knows how to get on and off the bed all by herself. I was afraid that she wasn't going to be able to. She got on the bed, she laid like inches away from Rin, so she was like close to Rin, but not too close. And she curled up in a ball and fell asleep. And I'm like, finally, she's settled down, she's finally going to go back to sleep. So I fell asleep. 4 o'clock rolled around, and I woke up, and I'm like, the Rin was gone, the cat is gone, the kitten is gone. So I looked where they were laying, because when I was laying down, they were in my line of view, so I knew exactly where they were. So when I woke up, Rin was gone, cat was gone, and I sat up and I looked, I turned, and Rin was behind me laying, and I kind of boot him, so he almost fell off the bed. And I'm like, sorry, Rin. And I was like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, where'd the cat go? I was just like freaking out because I couldn't find the kitten. So I got off the bed. I looked in the bathroom. She wasn't there. I'm like, did she somehow manage to get out the door? Because she's super tiny. I wouldn't be shocked if she managed to like slide underneath the door. But like the crack is like super small, so I doubt it. But for some reason my brain went to, oh my gosh, she somehow managed to get outside the door. So I like opened the door, looked out, didn't see her, shut the door. I'm like, oh my god, where is she? And I even checked underneath my bed because she can get underneath the bed. And I looked on the bed, and the girl was sleeping on my pillow right next to me. And I didn't even see her. So I was like, oh, there you are, honey. You were there. You were closer than I thought. Like, she was on the bed still, but only like, and she was still on the bed and on my pillow, sleeping. And then so I got back into bed and I covered up and I fell back to sleep. I was back up, I think, at 4:30, not like 30 minutes later. I guess I was back up because she was awake and crying. And I'm like, what's up, honey? And I was thinking maybe she has to go to the bathroom, because before I went to bed, I made sure she went to the bathroom. I put her in the kitty litter and she used the bathroom. She was crying. I'm like, oh, maybe she has to go to the bathroom, because she, like I said, went 2 but not 1. So I picked her up and I put her into the kitty litter, and she started going to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, that's what she wanted. So then I was like, okay, you're done going potty. She jumped out of the kitty litter all by herself. She knows how to get in and out of the kitty litter all by herself. But I just wanted to make sure that she uses the kitty litter, so that's why I put her in the kitty litter those 2 times. She got done, she jumped out, and I'm like, okay, time to go back to bed. And I'm like, well, you can stay on the ground because you know how to get up and down from the bed. I lay down and she was meowing and meowing. I'm like, she's probably hungry because they've been trapped in my room all night, so they must be like, starving at this point. And I felt awful for letting them not be able to eat. So I'm like, okay, time to get up. Even though it was 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, I got up, I opened the door, and brought her out. I carried her out and put her next to the food bowl, and yep, girl started eating. She was hungry. So I put her down, let her start eating. Rin was waiting for his turn because he doesn't eat when she's eating for whatever reason. And so I'm like, okay, you guys eat, be good, don't wake me up. Trying to talk to them like they're actually children and they actually listen. Anyway, so I lay down on the couch, covered up, passed out immediately when I lay down on the couch. And then I slept until 6 o'clock. My alarm went off at 6. I got up, unlocked the door, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to sleep because I'm so exhausted. I just cannot stay awake. Like, my alarm went off and I'm like, I don't want to be awake. So I got up, I unlocked the door, and I'm like snuggling my phone. So if Alyssa like texts me, because sometimes she'll text me and say, I'm gonna be late. And so if she texts me that she's late, I'll wake up then. or if she doesn't text me, she'll just walk in and wake me up. And I woke up at 10 this time, and Honey was sleeping on the back of the couch. Rin was in my room sleeping on the bed, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, the house didn't catch on fire while I was sleeping, pretty much. Of course, it was 10 o'clock, and I'm like, well, Alyssa ain't coming today because it's 10 o'clock, and she would have been here by now. So I went over and locked my door, got something to eat, but I was so exhausted still. I was, like, pushing myself to stay awake. And I'm glad that I did. I was about to just give up and go to bed. And then I'm glad I didn't, because today is my Game U class day. So I had class today. And I was so exhausted. I pushed myself to stay awake. I got coffee. I got breakfast. Sat down, ate breakfast, drank my coffee. And then 10:27 rolled around. And I got a message from my Game U class saying, good morning. And sending me a link for class today. And I'm like, oh shit, class. And I was freaking out, but luckily I was fine because I wasn't gonna miss it or anything. But I legitly forgot about it until she messaged me good morning and the link to Skype, and I'm like, oh snap. And she moved. You see her little white paw? Yeah, she has like little white socks on her feet, which is so cute. She is a little darker than Rin. She has little white paws on her feet. Rin is light tan, and he has like a white thing around his mouth, so he has a little bit of white on him. Sat, did class. Then, while in the middle of class, Rin was wrecking house because he's acting out because he's not happy about the kitten, or he was in one of his moods. I don't know. He's been all over the place since I brought the kitten in the house, so I'm just trying to not get mad at him because he's just trying to he's trying to deal with the change. And so I'm just like letting him act out as he feel like, but obviously trying to be like, no, you cannot do that because, you know, I don't want you messing up the house kind of situation. I'm going to leave the door open tonight. I'm going to let the cats roam around because they seem to be getting along a lot better than they did yesterday. Rin doesn't seem to be, he seems to be a bit better with the kitten. He doesn't seem to hiss at her. They seem to play more. He does get a little grumpy with her, and he'll let her know, like, I'm done and stuff, so they seem to be doing fine. Yes, Christmas decorations are still up. The Christmas tree is still up. I was supposed to do that yesterday, but because I got the new kitten, my hands were full with that, and then today I was super exhausted, and I'm still tired. I really want to take down the Christmas decorations. I said that I was going to do it today, even if I was tired, but I'm too tired to do it. So hopefully tomorrow I will get enough energy to do it. I don't know if I want to take down the Christmas lights. Like, the lights above the door. I was thinking of maybe keeping those because I really like it like that. I was thinking of getting like fairy lights and hanging them there or something. I do have lights around the door frame, but I want more lights, I guess, in the back. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I got a collar for her. It's over there. I don't feel like walking over there, sorry. But I have a collar for her, and it has a bow, and it says honey on it, and it has like honey pots and a honeybee, and sunflowers, and it's so freaking cute. It comes in orange and pink, and but girl's too tiny for it. I put it on her and it fell off of her because she's so tiny, and I even put it to the smallest and it still did not fit the girl. Yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video, you guys. Christmas decorations will be down probably tomorrow. I know we're in January and my Christmas stuff needs to come down, and I want to take it down, but I'm just so tired because I've been dealing with the kitten. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up or ring the bell. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you beautiful night wolves in the next video. Goodbye. Don't you know that